Supreme Court hearing an important plea in today. In fact, said that the women officers of the Coast Guard seeking a grant of permanent commission to be eligible for women short service commission officers of the force. Now, the Attorney General R. Venkat Ramani, I said that I will ask to file this affidavit. The Coast Guard is distinctly different from the Navy and Army. The board has been set up and it needs structural changes, to which CJI D.Y. Chandrachud said all these functionality etc. argument does not hold water in 2024. Women cannot be left out. If you do not do it, we will do it ourselves. So take a look at this. Let me go across to my colleague Sunil Prabhu, who is joining us with more details. Sunil, 2024, an apt time for the Supreme Court to remind the government. You talk about Nari Shakti, now walk the talk.
Absolutely. And if you're just not only about women's empowerment in the armed forces, but across the board, if you recall, and we must tell our viewers that if you have today women cadets in the National Defence Academy in Pune, it was on the prompting of the Supreme Court. And the Chief Justice of India actually, and the Supreme Court had really nudged the armed forces, and finally it was the government which had to take a call on that. So once again, in the paramilitary forces, in this case, the Coast Guard, this is the second hearing, and I think they have seen the writing on the wall. The Attorney General trying to give some excuse, but the Government of India and the Ministry of Defence, as well as the other nodal ministries, will have to work with the Coast Guard to ensure that now, as you rightly say, Nari Shakti, walk the talk on this important aspect, ensure that women also get their place in the Coast Guard and they can't be left out.
Sunil Prabhu reporting there on an important story as far as the structural changes in India's defence establishment is concerned. The last remaining sitter will be the Coast Guard, where the Supreme Court says either the government does it or we will do it in the next hearing, that is on March 1st. Moving on now, hearing poaching by the fifth RS candidate nominated by the NDA. Karnataka Congress MLAs are heading to Hilton Hotel at Bengaluru. In fact, the Congress Legislature Party meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. today, and the MLAs are planning to reside at the hotel for the night before heading to Vidhan Sabha for the Rajya Sabha elections. The Congress has earlier registered an FIR against NDA's Kupendra Reddy, accusing him of luring MLAs and independents in the state.
Actually, we are not worried with any of these things, but BJP has got this dirty habit of doing this. That's how they have come into power. So that's why it is looking like that. But we don't have any worry with any of our members. BJP are used to all this rubbish.
Interesting, ladies and gentlemen, this because the fact remains that there are seats for 4 candidates to be elected from Karnataka. Congress has named 3, BJP has named JDS has named 2. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting because that is the reason why, because of 5 candidates, the election has been necessitated. Let me go across to my colleague Pratibha Raman, who is joining us with more details on this. Pratibha, now, this is going to be test of fire as far as the Congress is concerned. The ruling party recently won a massive majority in the state of Karnataka. If they fail to get all their 3 elected tomorrow, now that will be alarm bells ringing for the Congress party ahead of Lok Sabha.
Absolutely. The Rajya Sabha election will definitely be a show of strength as far as the Congress is concerned, especially after a sweeping victory in the recent Karnataka Assembly election. And we are talking about 5 candidates in the fray for a Rajya Sabha election from Karnataka, where there are only 4 seats. And like you pointed out, it is going to be extremely interesting. Now, the 5th candidate that has been posed by the NDA, that is the BJP JDS combined, has sent shockwaves in the Congress, no doubt, because the Congress has around 138 is what they've been claiming. But then with the death of 1 MLA, it will fall down to 137. So that means that they have 135 of Congress MLAs plus 2 independents. But with the 5th candidate that has been put up by the NDA, we'll have to wait and see whether there would be any kind of cross-voting. And that is precisely why the Congress has herded its MLAs to the Hilton Hotel, where the Congress Legislature Party meeting will be on this evening. And all of them will be staying put at the hotel before heading to the Vidhan Sabha tomorrow for the Rajya Sabha election.
Pratibha, thank you for joining us with all those details. Crucial elections for Rajya Sabha tomorrow, not just Karnataka, but the Congress would be eyeing other states as well, where there is already murmurs of upset as far as the Congress party is concerned.